Hey guys, welcome to my first tutorial. This is on a very simple Trident killer. It's low cost, Skyblock-friendly, I guess. It just uses one piston and some blocks, and I guess a clock if you need to clock it. But you can do a repeater clock, that's perfectly fine. You don't need any quartz. Works good on things like general mobs, skeletons, zombies. Doesn't work on spiders very well because it's 1x1. It might work on cave spiders, I never actually tested that. But it's using a wall to center the trident on the corner there. If you see, the trident is kind of sitting right there. Now, you can do this with two pistons. You can have another piston on that side and push it back and forth. That works as well. But this is a way to do it with one piston. So I've tested this quite a bit. I can show you just how many skeletons I've killed with this thing in AFK. This isn't all of it, but I mean, 3.5. There's probably another 2 shulkers at the base. So I've killed many skeletons with this, and it hasn't broken. So the only thing you need to do is just a very specific way to throw the trident. It's not really that hard. But yeah, I'll just turn it on and I'll show you. Hold my looting sword. I slow the clock down. You don't need to do that, but for a single spawner, these guys are taking a fall, so they're down to 1 hit anyway. You don't need to do the fall. You might want to speed up the clock if you're not taking a fall, maybe 2 ticks. It still works. It doesn't break if you do that. But I prefer this, it's less noisy. And they're taking a fall anyway, so it's not a big deal. So they're down to 1 hit, I can 1-punch them. If I want bows, for example, I can just open this. Because Trident killers don't drop the bows anymore. Come on, stop jumping. You usually get a bow when you kill them with a looting 3 sword, so not every time, but more than half, I would say, you get a bow. So if you want bows. So you can, that's what the trapdoor's for. So yeah, I'll build one of these up quickly. It's really nothing to it. I think the most expensive part would be the hopper minecart. So I guess an extra piston isn't really a big deal when you're talking about building a hopper minecart. But if you didn't have the iron, you only need 1 piece of iron to build this thing. So if you wanted to grab the drops yourself, you would just not put that in. Anyway, I'll build one up and I'll show you how quick it is and easy. You just need 3 walls. Alright guys, I guess we're ready. I got all my stuff on my hotbar. There's a couple of items that I don't have on there, which is the hopper and the hopper minecart. Those are technically optional. Alright guys, so we'll build this up. We'll start with the center block. This is the block. Underneath that will be the minecart. I'll show you how to put one of those down, but I'm not going to show it in here because I don't want to rip my floor to pieces. I am building this on the Bedrock and Survival realm. So put a block behind it, put a piston on top of that, and then you can put a wall in front of it, a wall to the side, and a wall to the side. Now I can't have this connected like this, so what you need to do is put blocks in front of it so that it forms this. For some reason, I can't jump up there. Somehow this changes the hitbox. If I don't do this, it doesn't work the same. So, like I take this one out for example. Oh, cobblestone walls will work fine. I think it's andesite walls if you don't do this. But I put these here because if I walk too close, I tend to grab the trident. Like I just grabbed that trident a second ago. So anyway, this won't interfere, so I'll leave that like that. You can put your glass around it. I will leave that off for now. We're going to build up our clock. Our clock is pretty straightforward. It's just 3 blocks. We'll take out that one. We'll put some dust there. Oh, put some dust there. We're going to put a repeater in here pointing this direction at the dust. And then we're going to put a redstone torch right there. Oh, I gotta get on it. There we go. And then that's the clock running. So to turn it off, you're going to want to put a lever on the dust side. and by putting it on the dust side, the piston will be retracted when it's off. And that's important for throwing the trident. You want to be able to throw the trident pretty much right there. Yeah, so that's where you would throw the trident. You don't need any glass or anything to actually make this thing work. It works just fine without the sides. But you're going to need it to control the mobs. So you're going to put some glass or whatever you want. You don't need glass. But I recommend glass because you can see what's going on. For different types of mobs, you're going to want different materials. You may want to use solid blocks for part of it because of the way their hitbox is, sometimes they can glitch out. Skeletons, you're generally okay, you don't need to put corners. So, and then basically that's it. You're just going to add your trapdoor. And that's the Trident killer. It's built. All you need to do is add your collection, which again is pretty straightforward. I'll actually show you. I can tear up this floor and put it back. It's no problem. Basically, I have to go downstairs. We'll add a block right there. We're going to put a hopper into that block. That'll be our chest. This is where your storage would go. Back up top, we're going to place I've got it right there, a minecart rail on top of that, and then a hopper minecart on top of that. And that's basically it. You would just put your block back, and that would keep it enclosed, and then anything that ends up on that, if I can get it in there, probably can't, maybe up that way, will go in the hopper, and then that should be down in storage. If I can get on that hopper. Yeah, so there we go. So that's the whole Trident killer with storage now. It again, like I said, it seems to be 100% reliable. I haven't had any issues with it unlinking to the player or breaking, as in falling apart, because that's what happens with Trident killers now on the latest edition of Bedrock. The Trident will move around, but this wall seems to center it. Now, it doesn't seem to work on blazes. I've tested it on blazes. Test on skeletons, zombies, and blazes, and they all work except for blazes. Blazes will eventually knock that Trident out of there. I gotta get these guys. I gotta kill these guys. They're starting to build up, and I grabbed the Trident, so I'm gonna have to manually kill them. But that's not hard. So yeah, if you don't want to use the Trident killer, so you want to collect some bows, you can just sit here and kill them all. Someone had thorns. And if you, so you'll get a ton of bows from that. Now, once they're all killed, you can throw a Trident in there. But while there's one in there, you will not be able to throw the Trident. So just kill them and then throw it right there about. Close up the hatch, and you're in AFK mode. Now, a word about AFK mode for skeletons and zombies. Be careful. They can wear armor in hard mode that has thorns. Yeah, that's basically it, guys. That's the cheapest Trident killer that I know of right now. Now, I don't know if there's a way to get it to work with just a hopper. There may be a way. I've never tried any other types of blocks with Trident killers. I believe you need a full block, so I don't think soul sand or anything like that will work. Maybe a magma block, but I think a magma block is still a full block. But yeah, so there you go, guys. That's probably the cheapest Trident killer, which is, I think, probably ideal for Skyblock, and especially if you don't need to AFK for too long at a spawner. I guess you don't get spawners, so, but you can certainly set this up at a mob farm and you'd be fine. Very straightforward build. So anyway, I appreciate your guys' time. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.